Hey friends, how you doing? Welcome in. Sarah here from Pure People. How you doing this afternoon? Welcome everybody over on Instagram and welcome everybody to Facebook. How you doing? Exciting times if you've been following along in the world of doTERRA. So we have 5 days of buy one, get one free starting this evening. And I was just jumping in this evening because I wanted to talk about these three guys. So these are three beautiful oils, and they're all, for me, they speak about the heart and the emotions, also skin health. And they are Rose, they are Magnolia, and a blend called Beautiful, which is also known as the Captivating blend. And I thought it would be nice to share over the next 5 days. I was going to share one of the deals and give you a little bit of education and share what I do with these oils at home to hopefully inspire you. Maybe you already have some of them at home and you're wondering what to do with them, or maybe you're considering the BOGO. So whether you're, you already have them or not, I'm hoping that you'll find this useful. So I'm going to go straight in and start with Rose. So if you're wondering what a Rose Touch actually means, all the oils in this particular grouping are touch oils, which basically means, does anybody know actually watching what a touch oil means in sort of the world of doTERRA? Just wait for you guys to reply. It basically means that they've been diluted with coconut oil, and so an aroma-free, fragrance-free coconut oil. Sometimes, so with Rose, for example, pure Rose, 5 ml with doTERRA actually costs 200 and something pounds. But what they've done is they make certain oils, certain precious oils available in an alternative format to make them more affordable. So what I'm going to be talking about how I use this Rose at home, this Rose Touch, also the Magnolia and the Beautiful that I mentioned. And normally you get this for £76, 76.75. However, for the next 5 days, when you get this, you actually get these other two for free, and the value of those is somewhere around £50. I say somewhere around because you can't normally buy the Beautiful blend. So, but I've sort of had a little dig around, a little research, and that's what I believe that we're looking at. So, what do I do with Rose? Now, some of the key constituents are citronellol, steroptene, and nonadecane. And often when you look at the chemistry behind the oils, then you can also understand some of the benefits. So for me, I tend to use this for one thing mainly, and it's for my skin. So I love to use this because it's already in pre-mixed with a carrier oil. I like to use it under my moisturizer. Or sometimes if I've applied it and I actually think, actually my skin feels good, I don't need a moisturizer, I won't bother, I will just use it straight. So I will roll it onto my hand like this. I tend not to do it on my face. You can, but I just find it easier and more convenient to do this. And then I'll just rub it all over my face. And obviously it is a gorgeous, gorgeous oil. You may or may not know that it's the highest vibrational oil out of all the essential oils. And because of this, this is why it's indicated to support emotions, the heart, and heart health as well, actually. So some of the other uses that I sometimes forget, I had to look up and just remind myself, is it can be used for low libido. So you can put some on your pulse points. Or even look up the reproductive points on the feet. Obviously, Rose is kind of well known as a skin oil anyway. So other than using it in your kind of skin care routine, it can also be used for scars. So remember, it can be used for that as well. Self-esteem and depression, you can actually put it directly over your heart or diffuse it. And an aphrodisiac. So diffuse a few drops if you had the pure oil or Rose, or otherwise you can wear on your pulse points. So I wanted to just mention before we move on to the other oils, the description of Rose in this book, Emotions and Essential Oils. The cover might be different for you depending on which edition you have. So here, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I just wanted to pull out 2 or 3 sentences. So it talks about rose oil holding the highest vibration over any other oil on the planet, and it is a powerful healer of the heart. It talks about rose inviting individuals to experience the unwavering, unchanging, unconditional love of the divine. This love heals all hearts and dresses all wounds. It restores individuals to authenticity, wholeness, and purity. And finally, on Rose, it talks about Rose embodying divine love and teaching individuals how to contact this love through prayer, meditation, and opening the heart to receive. So really helping us open our heart to receive and connect to our authentic self, which is super important and beautiful. But so many people's hearts, our hearts are closed off because of different traumas and the hardships of the modern day life. So beautiful oil. It's also gorgeous diffused. You could, even though this is in carrier oil, you could definitely pop the cap off and put a little bit in your diffuser. One other thing that I love to do with Rose is I will pull the rollerball lid off, and I'll actually have a gorgeous bath in this. And if you think about it, oh, thanks Helen, isn't it gorgeous? I know I really can connect to it as well. I find the emotions books, they're a really beautiful kind of support in our own kind of healing and introspective work. And just by reading them, there's different learnings to be gained, which I really love. So yeah, I will pop the top off and I will pour it in my bath and have a gorgeous, very nurturing, nourishing bath, which we all deserve. So yeah, I don't do too many different things with my Rose, but it's hands down my #1 favorite oil to use on my skin is the Rose Touch. And the fact that when we are using it on our skin, or I mentioned the bath, normally when we're using an oil in the bath, we need to put something else in along with, if it's a pure essential oil, to help disperse the oil anyway. So actually I find that the Rose is in the perfect form for this. And also, if you're using it on, maybe you're using it as a perfume, but you want to layer some other oils over the top to kind of make a bit of a blend as you're going. Again, the fact that this is in carrier oil means that you've already put carrier oil on your skin without having to actually get out your fractionated coconut oil or whatever carrier oil you use. So actually, I find Rose really convenient for those sorts of things as well. Other uses noted in the book: anxiety, painful periods, endometriosis, grief, facial redness, impotency, infertility, irregular ovulation, and phobias. Okay, so that is Rose, my friends. Let me know if you're thinking to get the Rose, or perhaps you already have it at home. What do you do with it if you do? Okay, so the 2 oils that come free with this, if for anybody getting it within the next 5 days, is, as I said, the Magnolia Touch and the Beautiful Touch. So Magnolia is a fairly new kid on the block in the doTERRA world. So I think we've had it for about a year now. And I've got a soft spot for this oil because I can remember that my grandparents had a magnolia tree, and remembering how beautiful it was. However, I didn't love the smell. People that know me well will probably be giggling right now because I didn't love it to start with. But it's interesting how you can definitely grow, grow to love smells or get to know them, or B, you notice that your tastes change as time goes on. So you can come back to an oil that you didn't love. And this was the case for me in Magnolia, and now I do love it. Okay. So yeah, something shifted for me, and it's a beautiful oil. So when I think of Magnolia, actually, when I think about all these 3 oils, they are all supporting heart, beauty, skin. But specifically with Magnolia, It's a great one. I again will use this on my skin. Sometimes I like to keep a floral oil at my desk and a floral oil in the car. Oh, nice one. Yeah, that would be lovely actually, wouldn't it, to combine them, Helena? Yeah, nice idea. So I like to keep floral oils in all the places because I will also like roll them, you know, in the middle of the day over on fine lines and things as well. So if I have one in all the places, then I don't have to start carting them around, and it's nice because I can enjoy the different scents as I go through the day. Again, this would be lovely in the bath. It's great at bedtime. The constituent in Magnolia, one of the key ones, is something called linalool. And I want to say that it's got higher levels than lavender. I'm not sure if I'm correct there, but either way, it's got the same constituent as lavender has, that is known for its relaxing benefits. So this is definitely something that you could use at bedtime. Rub it on the soles of your feet, on your pulse points, wherever you're drawn to, perhaps up the inside of your arm. It's got beta caryophyllene as well, which is found in copaiba oil. So copaiba oil is the CBD, if you like, of the essential oil world, and beta caryophyllene is one of the key components in CBD and copaiba oil, but it's also in here. So again, we are definitely looking at this oil for supporting calm, relaxed, peaceful feelings, absolutely, because of those constituents. Other things, I guess, kind of lesser known benefits I've noted down: menstrual cramping again. So like the rose, there's definitely an element of a support for sort of female around periods, but also magnolia with pain, so chronic pain. We can actually apply it on our pulse points or our feet, just to kind of get a systemic effect going. Supporting respiratory health as well, so you can just put it here or over the lung area. Low mood, sore muscles, that kind of comes along with pain. And what else did I like here? Yeah, so there was a recipe to put in your bath. So, you know, like I said with rose, I will just pull off the rollerball top, kind of give it a wriggle, and it comes off pretty easily. And I'll literally just sort of eyeball a few drops into my bath. There's a lovely recipe here where you can put a couple of drops of lavender oil in alongside the magnolia, or as Helena said, you could pair it with the rose if you're getting this BOGO. You could even put a drop of yarrow pom in there as well. That would be a really nice combination. Something in the diffuser. Again, I wouldn't put loads of touch oils in the diffuser, but if I'm putting it in with other essential oils as part of a blend, I wouldn't be too worried. And this one sounds lovely. So this is a sleep blend where you put 3 drops of the Magnolia Touch. The other thing you can also use one of those dropper pipette things, where you can kind of dip them in, and you could get the oil out that way as well, if you're a bit nervous about, if you're unsure about kind of just eyeballing it like I mentioned. So 3 drops of magnolia with 1 drop each of tangerine, cedarwood and geranium. Now that sounds gorgeous. I bet those oils, the cedarwood, tangerine and geranium, will go beautifully with the magnolia. In fact, I am wanting to try that this evening. I'm just going to move my device. I'm just going to move my device to this side because it's a teeny bit closer to the internet, and I'm wondering, I keep getting a little message popping up saying that the internet connection is not amazing. So underneath, I'm getting some of these ideas, by the way, from this book, Advanced Oil Magic. There's a new edition out, so that your cover won't look the same as mine if you're looking into this. It talks about the magnolia, tangerine, cedarwood and geranium bedtime blend as helping release feelings of upset, grudges and difficulty forgiving. And it helps you to surrender to the progression life is calling to you. So sometimes, you know, the universe is always actually on our side and it is always there supporting us, but sometimes we get in our own way. So that's what it means, I think, when it talks about helping us to surrender to the progression life is calling you to. All right, so that's magnolia. Let us know what do you do with magnolia if you're watching. I'd love to hear. Other things in the book are anger, mucus, heart health, motion sickness, and nervous system support. And if we look at, again, going back to the emotional aspects of Magnolia, let's have a look. Oh no, that's Manuka. You don't want to hear about Manuka, not tonight anyway. Oh my goodness, guys, when I started reading this, you can see I've started like highlighting it, and normally I just draw a line under a couple of sentences, but there was just so much here that spoke to me. And also what I find is, you know, I don't know if you're the same. I'm sorry, Facebook, I think I had a book in your face then. I don't know if you find, you know, that if you've already got a collection of oils at home and you use them, you know, do you guys find that, you know, you have your favorites? And I love these BOGO events because I go back into my books and researching and getting ready for these calls, and I reconnect with oils that I just am in awe of, and sometimes actually just think, oh my God, like, why am I not using this oil? So I'm going to read to you about Magnolia. It's referred to as the oil of compassion. But I actually felt after reading this, really acceptance and connectedness as well. So it talks about Magnolia connects people with the energy of the divine matriarch. The feminine spiritual source expects individuals to treat one another with mercy and compassion. Magnolia creates a tender place within the heart to learn important lessons from this higher plane of consciousness about human interconnectedness and how to live in love and harmony. So for me, a lot of, you know, what's currently going on with COVID is kind of coming up for me when I'm reading this. It also assists in illuminating the distance between individuals and dispels whatever may be clouding the ability to see other human beings with relatable needs, desires, and pains. It encourages all individuals on a profoundly spiritual level to interact without causing pain or suffering, and to refrain from seeing others as somehow less than oneself. So, you know, I think there's space, isn't there, right now, even with people's different opinions, or you know, there's lots of different conversations to be had, but I think there's a space for us all to connect and be friends with each other, even if they have got different views to us. I think that's important work that we can be doing. Hi Nina, welcome in. So I also just wanted to read on a little bit about Magnolia. The inviting sweetness of Magnolia draws the senses in with gentle, pure, maternal nurturing that facilitates deep healing and soul level change. That's pretty deep. Once the individuals feel safe and loved, they will naturally see where they are withholding compassion from themselves and from those around them. Magnolia reveals the essential bonds shared between all people. And it goes on and it's beautiful. And I'm sure I will be taking a screenshot and sharing it on my social media. So that's Magnolia. And then the last one that I wanted to talk about was the Captivating Blend. So Captivating Blend is, do you guys know? I'm just looking for my bottle. Captivating Blend is beautiful. It's called the Beautiful Blend. And again, before I started researching this, you know, I haven't picked this up for a while. I've always loved it, but because there's so many oils I absolutely love, I haven't picked this up for a while. And also you can't buy this one. So I think that's another reason, you know, I kind of have cherished it, and I probably used it. I haven't got too much left actually, but I used it and loved it. And then I've probably put it down. And I think I mainly thought of this oil as a scent, and oh my goodness, it does so much more than a scent, than just provide you know, a perfume for us. So the oils in here, does anybody know some of the oils in here? There's only 4, and oh my goodness, it's absolutely beautiful. It does not take away from the gorgeousness of the scent. So in here you have frankincense, the oil of truth, you have bergamot, the oil of acceptance, you have lime, which is the oil of kind of a zest for life, and you have osmanthus, which is, I don't know if the osmanthus is an essential oil. Yeah, it is. It's the essential oil from the flower, which is used. It's a very rare and precious oil that is traditionally used. It comes from Asia, and it's traditionally used, actually, it's either in perfumes, or I think they might use it as in their sort of in their own kind of natural medicines. I need to go back and research that, but it's very beautiful. I love this actually in the book. It says it's the balance, the scent, like when you smell it, it's the balance between bright and grounding aromas. And I so agree, like the lime and the bergamot and the osmanthus are so zingy and uplifting and bright, as it says, but because you've got the frankincense in there, you've got this lovely grounding quality. And I really think that is a good description, and it talks about how this blend helps you anchor your perception of self while rising to new levels of self-respect. So yeah, I'm just looking to see if it talks about the key constituents. It doesn't, because it's a blend, so it doesn't pull out the constituents of all the different oils. But yeah, a self concept boost, you would roll it over your wrist and your pulse points. It's good for energy, I guess, because of the lime. For that, you would apply it to the back and sides of your neck or wrists and temples, because it's got lime in here, which is a citrus oil. You just want to be mindful of not applying it to sun-exposed areas and going in intense sun for prolonged periods, because you can get burning. Also the bergamot. So it's fine to use, you know, if you're dressed like I am today and you want to wear it as a scent and you're going in the sun, you just put it somewhere which is concealed by your clothes, or you put it on the back of your neck if you've got long hair, something like that. What else? Viral infections. So yeah, sometimes, you know, even though this is designed as a gorgeous scent and something that's going to uplift and support, you know, energy and confidence, obviously the blend of the oils is also going to support other things that we might not necessarily immediately think of. So because of the oils in here, it talks about yeah, supporting the immune system. We just rub it on our feet, you know, up to 5 times a day, and until we see symptoms subsiding. Third eye chakra balance. So, sorry, third chakra balance, not third eye. So the navel area, you can use this there. And grief and trauma recovery, the book also mentions. So before we finish with the emotional aspects of that, because of the frankincense and possibly a couple of the other oils, you can also use this for eczema. So if you have any skin conditions, you could try this for eczema specifically. You can use this directly on the affected areas, but also I like this protocol. It talks about taking a teaspoon of colloidal silver under the tongue and then swallowing it twice a day, and then a probiotic complex with every meal. So you might know with skin, but you know, it's always an inside out approach. So whilst it does make sense to obviously put things on the areas, we also need to think about what's happening on the inside, because it's always, you know, skin conditions are always an expression of what's going on the inside first. So it makes sense to combine and you know, a combined approach. If you fancy diffusing osmanthus when you get it, you can do 5 drops of this, 2 drops of Douglas fir, and 1 drop of lavender. And this could be good for emotional temperature of the room, to self-care, appreciation and acceptance. It's also useful when needing to support immunity again. So interesting that the Beautiful blend is an immune oil. In fact, they all are. So yeah, really, really incredible. They all do a lot of different things. I'm gonna just read the have a look at the emotional aspects of this captivating blend, Beautiful. So it's the oil, just hold it up here, it's the oil of self-respect. And this was another one, I was just like, oh my goodness, I had, you know, I'm not sure if I've ever even looked up the emotional aspects of this oil. So Beautiful was formulated to uplift the mood and encourage self-confidence and self-respect. Too often, inherent value is gauged from outward responses instead of inner knowing. So we're so focused on, yeah, how we look, what others think, all those things, what we own, rather than what's actually inside. The oils in Beautiful leads individuals to recognize the beauty of the gifts within them, and to embrace their worth with grace and gratitude. So I'm only like picking up a few little bits from here. Beautiful can also provide clarity around the things that captivate individuals. It encourages an honest assessment of where an individual places value and where influences, what influences they allow into their lives. So, you know, what boundaries have we got, and, you know, who are we spending time with, and what are we allowing in, and what are we actually putting a boundary up and keeping out. It helps them develop their innate sense of what is good and trustworthy. And when priorities are out of alignment, gives them the strength to let go of relationships, beliefs, and behaviors that aren't serving them to their highest good. Last little bit, beautiful is a soothing heart tonic for those whose beauty has been used as an instrument against them. It reminds them that they are worthy and fully loved. They are safe to be seen, and their beauty has never been and can never be diminished by outside forces. So yeah, there's two elements to this. That's kind of around, you know, individuals that perhaps have been taken advantage of or misused in some way. So really deep and meaningful and gorgeous oils, because they're heart oils. You know, heart oils, as we've talked about, are all about supporting, allowing in, releasing, connecting. So yeah, these are the three guys that I've been talking about today: Rose, Magnolia, and the Beautiful Blend, which is known as Captivating Blend. And until Friday, you can buy the Rose for £76, and you get these guys for free, which would normally cost around 50 in total. So if you're just joining, I'm just getting to the end now. I've been talking about the oils for the last little while. If you're not already set up with doTERRA and you don't have an account and you're thinking about it, you know, BOGOs are actually an amazing time to do that, because they offer such great value for getting started, because you're kind of, you know, you can get more oils into your life for the amount of money that you're going to be spending. So if you're interested in getting started and you want to understand how it works, obviously message me and I can help you get started. Or if you've been working with somebody else and somebody else has been guiding you within doTERRA, reach out to them and they will do the same. And if you already have your own doTERRA account and you regularly use it, then you just add in, for example, if you were getting today's, you just add in the first oil, the rose, and then when you check out, the other two automatically get added. So that's the main thing to know, is that you don't need to add the free ones in, they automatically are shown. If you haven't used your account for a while, again, you can contact me or whoever's looking after you, or customer services, if you, for whatever reason, can't access your account. If you've been around here a while and you're doing a monthly order, which is if you're on the loyalty rewards program, then I recommend that you get your oils through that, because you can earn points back as you can normally if your order is over 50 PV, which is around £38, depending on what you buy. Even if it's not over that amount, you still get all your postage back in points, so it's still worth doing. Yeah, I think that's it. I will leave it there, but I hope you all have a lovely evening, and you will see me back here tomorrow for the next installment. All right, bye guys. Bye everyone on Zoom.